How to finish fights fast. This is the key to getting high elim games and drastically improving in Fortnite. I'll show you my favorite tips for stopping a fight from going too long, but I also gotta make sure you guys know all the reasons that a fight will go long, and there's definitely more than one. So let me paint you a situation. You get a big damage shot on someone and now they box up. You try taking their wall, but every time you try, they just create a new box. And this keeps going and going and going. This is the first type of long fight that you need to identify, people creating new boxes. The next situation you need to identify is the 90 crankers. This type of fight goes long because the person you are fighting only knows one thing: height. This type of player will only go for height and not even really try and fight you. Like, think about it, the main objective in any fight is to obviously kill the other player, but for these guys, their main objective is to just sit on high ground like Obi-Wan Kenobi. You chase them by building up, doing retakes and whatever, and they keep going. That's the second type of long fight, and one I'll show you how to deal with. And the last type of long fight is the people that just run. With these people, it seems that they find a car or a shockwave or just anything to outpace you at every turn. So how do you end this fight? I'll show you how to stop each of these situations from going too long and how to kill these players, but it is your responsibility to recognize each situation and apply these techniques. Got it? Got it. So the first one, where enemies just keep making boxes and you can't take their wall, what do? Well, think about it. Where do they keep going to make their extra boxes? A box in Fortnite has 6 sides, so are they going at the top, the bottom, or the sides? Wherever you find they're going most often, start pre-piecing those sides. Most commonly, players will move into the open space directly in front of them. So if their structure is connected to another box or building, they will likely go out of one of these 3 open sides. In that chance, pre-piece all 3 sides. You can either do a cone, floor, cone, or a stair, floor, stair, or just some combination of those, as long as you take away the spots that they can build. Sometimes it's unnecessary to build walls around it too, but if you are serious about killing this guy and you're about to take his mats anyway, why not do it? And lucky you, if you time it right, the player might just run out onto your pieces and it's a free kill. But if not, they will likely either stay in their box or run back through their old builds. That's why I like to move to their old builds and start breaking in the second I'm done pre-piecing those sides. And the reason this works well is because they can't turbo build their old box's walls when they're in their new box, so you can get pretty much through until you're right on their new wall. From here, they don't have an escape route unless it's above or below them, but many players won't go up, and in many situations, down is just the floor, the ground level, so they can't go that way either. But because they can go up in a lot of situations, to stop them, I just like taking their cone and placing a stair above before I get on their wall. And I'll also show you how to stop them from going down in a second in case they're not on a ground level. But if they are, it's as simple as just phasing into their box now and forcing that 50-50. You've pre-pieced every exit they can go out of, and you've already got some damage on them, so why not? You have the health advantage since that's why they're running in the first place, so this shouldn't be a problem to just jump in. Okay, but like I said, what if they do go down if you're not on a ground layer? Let me show you. And if you're enjoying this video so far, please drop a like and invest in the channel for more tips like these. And use code reidtheninja or another small creators code in the item shop to help us out. This is the best way to support small creators like myself, but here is how to stop them from dropping down. If they don't have a cone in their box, I like to shove a ramp into their face. Since they're turbo building that wall, this should not be a problem for it to just go right through. Then at this point, down is their only option if they're not on that ground level. So as soon as you shove that ramp in, edit down quickly and place a wall. Now you can edit it and place your own cone and walls around before he even has time to react. He'll be so focused on catching himself that he won't even consider being full box down below. From here, it's a free kill. And that one can be hard to learn, but again, most box fights are on ground level, so you might not need to learn this full piece technique. But I recommend it to anyone who has the capacity to learn this. Although the next situation in which fights drag on is if you're versing the cranker, the guy whose life revolves around getting height. In this situation, don't actually contest him for height. Only do that if you are sure you can box him with a cone and walls to stop him. Rather, just drop down. Either this guy is competent and a good fighter and will drop down to chase you to make an attempt for the kill, or he's the guy we talked about whose priorities are backwards and doesn't care about the kill as long as he's on height. If you're versing either of these players, dropping down is the best move. If they chase you because they're good, then you've just saved yourself a lot of time and mats and can now fight this guy on a lower layer in a box fight type of battle. And you can still end fights really quickly from a defensive position like this. If they get too aggressive and are against your wall, edit open a window, throw a stair down to block damage and cover their upwards escape, and wrap walls. You now have full box this guy from a defensive position, and it's an easy kill from there. On the flip side, if you drop and they stay on height because that's all they care about, you are versing the second type of player. From here, I think it's obvious what to do, but just hit out their structure. If they don't do anything, then you either hurt them to fall damage or you kill them to fall damage. On the other hand, if they react from hearing you and drop down to stop you, you have also now evaded the whole build fight escapade and continue with a box fight or just rat at the bottom until they drop. In either scenario, you avoid the longest part of a fight, which is chasing brother down. Although, of course, there is one more situation. What if he runs? And I love this one because it happens all the time to me in real games and especially on stream. Which, by the way, it is Saturday, which means I'm streaming. I'm posting this video 2 hours before I go live, so if it's still in that time window, join the stream or just go onto my channel since it's going to be on YouTube. But the last situation in which fights drag on is if they keep running and find movement at every turn. So this one, I'll be honest, you're kind of out of luck unless you have good aim. But there are still some vital things to know about this situation, which are super important. The first is, this person is either running because they are weak or they don't have a lot of resources, whether that's mats or weapons. You can chase this guy down, but he might be a slippery little fella. But this type of situation is actually really good for you. If you're the one who damaged him so you know he's weak, that means if you land one shot on him from a distance, it's a kill. This tip is obvious, I know, but learn your ranged weapons, bullet travel, and drop. If you know where to aim with your sniper or DMR, then it shouldn't be a problem if they're running because you can land a shot. The reason I mention this is because they just increased sniper's bullet drop by double. So if you've been missing shots, that's why. Here's a little rule of thumb. Each hash on the sniper scope now roughly translates to 50 meters away worth of bullet drop. It used to be that hash was about 100 meters before the update, so this can be seen as a nerf, but I'm almost better with snipers now than I was before. And the reason I think this now is each micro adjustment up or down isn't as sensitive as it was before. I can shoot right at the 50 meter hash mark instead of trying to find out the mid ground between two hashes, you know? So learn your guns and hit heads. The second thing you need to know about people running away is that it's actually fine. Well, at least in ranked. Because in ranked, you get percentage based on damage you do to someone, not getting the kill. I actually might make a whole video on this topic since it's such a common misconception, but the difference between doing 190 damage to a player and them running away versus getting that extra 10 damage for the kill is very small, it's minuscule. So that's why a lot of people think ranked is actually broken. Because you can go up 5% for getting one kill, but say, you know, you engage in 6 different fights doing significant damage in each one, but you drop percentage after getting 5 kills, but you third partied and got 1 damage for each one. So no, ranked is not broken, the percentage system actually works really well, you just have to know that it's based on damage, not kills. So in the event, at least in ranked, where you get a lot of damage in and they run away, don't worry about it so much. But I know I offered some pretty advanced build techniques in this video too, especially that one for dropping down to box someone, so if you need to work on some of these skills in creative to get them down first, I get it. I want to show you how to transfer those skills from creative into real games, so you can do it on real players. This video I made before talks about that, how to transfer your creative skills into Battle Royale or ranked so you're not just a creative warrior. Drop a like if you've enjoyed, invest in the channel, and use code reidtheninja to help me out and keep these tips coming. Thank you for watching, and on that note, I am signing off.